Okay, this is a quick demo of the Yamaha PSR540, a late 90s keyboard, a high-end one for its time, with some good sounds. Let's have a bit of a listen. Very strong organ sounds with a drawbar organ feature where you can control digitally simulated drawbar organs. Not something that I'm an expert at, but certainly gives you a lot of versatility for sound. It's got a pretty strong DSP as well. So I've added a little bit of flanger there. Now let me just change the depth of the DSP. Okay, looks like we're already on maximum. So let's try a few different effects. It's a beautiful stereo rotary effect there. Tremolo. Okay. Auto pan, which won't show up because I'm recording in mono here. Phaser. That's the first phaser setting, quite subtle. Getting a bit stronger. Now some distortion. So you can select the intensity of your DSP effect, and you can also layer over that reverb and chorus as well. Heavier distortion. And some of the synth sounds that can give you a very hard-edge techno sort of sound. There's a crunchy overdrive, very nice. Amp simulator. Then there's some EQ settings that you can switch onto. Auto wah. Another auto wah. And bypass and through. Okay, so that's a bit of a cross section there of the various delays, flanges, phases, things like that the DSP can offer. Another interesting thing I've found in this one is the multipads. Obviously that's a ridiculous one, but you can program your own one-touch phrases like that. Could be useful in a live situation. Let's change to got function, and by rotating the wheel I can choose anything in my menus. Multipad's the one we want. So let's switch to one of the better ones, like this. These ones are loops. Okay. And of course they can be played. There's plenty of polyphony in this keyboard, so there's no problem doubling up on these multipads. Okay, so there you have it. I could go through the 700 odd sounds that this keyboard has. There's no shortage of variety and options to change and save sounds that you make yourself through its drawbar functions. The DSP, like we saw, gives you a lot of scope to change your sounds as well, and there's a huge palette to choose to choose sounds out of as well. So I reckon it's a really good keyboard. I'm just going to pan back a little bit so you can have a bit more of a complete look at it. There we are. So as you can see, it's got a very big display, very legible, nice and bright. Again, I think you know, for a live situation, this keyboard could really cut it. Also too, I know it's very old school, but it does have a disk drive down there, so you can save things very easily. You can do it through MIDI as well, but 1.4 megabytes of storage is no problem for saving patches that you make on this keyboard. I think you'd have a hard time filling up a whole disk. You could just leave it there and use it pretty much as a hard drive. Yeah, it's a really nice keyboard.